Hello, good morning po. Today po is March 19 and we will have a private conference for 3 projects ng FY 2024 infrastructure natin. So let's start po with a prayer sa pangunahan po ni Engineer Mayo Gayeta.
Good morning po. Sandali po tayong tumahimik at hingin ang presensya ng Panginoon sa ngalan ng Ama, ng Anak, ng Espiritu Santo. Amen. Panginoon, maraming salamat po sa araw na ito. Maraming salamat po sa biyayang buhay na pinagkaloob niyo po sa bawat isa. Lord, dalangin po namin na gabayan niyo po kami sa gagawin naming private conference. Ibigay niyo po ang talas ng isipan upang maunawaan po ng bawat isang na isumali ang private conference na ito. And Lord, kayo na po ang bahala sa maghapon namin and itinataas po namin ito. Lahat ng ito sa pangalan ng iyong anak na si Jesus. Amen. Ama ng anak, Espiritu Santo.
Thank you, Engineer Mayo. Wait. So next po, acknowledgement po ng ating mga participant na naka-zoom na po dito sa ating conference. Sa pangunguna po ng ating ginagalang na Assistant District Engineer, ang ating pong back chairperson, Assistant District Engineer Chito SM Paz. Good morning po.
Good morning pa. Good morning to everyone.
Thank you po. So next po is ang ating pong back member, si Engineer Marvin Jan Agustin. Good morning, sir.
Good morning po.
Thank you po. Next po is present na rin po ang ating pong back member, ang ating pong administrative officer, si Ma'am Hazel Elises. Good morning po.
Hello po. Good morning po sa inyo lahat.
Thank you po. So next po is ang ating pong mga back TWG member. Nasa line na po si Engineer Jim Paul Abril. Good morning, sir. Next po is ang ating pong back TWG member, Engineer Israel Africa. Good morning, sir. Another back TWG member, Engineer Rainier Palaganas. Good morning po. And
Good morning po, ma'am. Good morning po sa lahat.
thank you po. And back TWG member, Miss Glyren Losloso. Good morning po.
Good morning po, ma'am. Good morning po sa lahat.
Thank you po. And ang ating po sa ating pong back secretariat po, nasa line na po si Miss Laila Derama. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning po.
Ang ating pong si Engineer Mayo Gayeta, back secretariat member.
Good morning po.
Thank you po. And sa COA representative po, ang ating pong COA ay si Ma'am Siriporn Pasyon. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning po.
Thank you po. Sa atin naman pong programmer, present na po si Engineer Dante Domini Diamante. Good morning, sir.
Good morning po.
Thank you po. And sa participating interested bidders po natin, representative po from Romhead SJ Builders. Good morning po. So, wala po ba akong na-miss? Muli po, magandang pong umaga sa inyong lahat, sa mga nanonood po sa YouTube live natin. Salamat po sa inyong pag-stream. So, ang inyo pong lingkod, Engineer Nim Fadarada from Procurement Unit po ng Quezon po DEO. Bago po ang lahat, hingin po muna natin ang message from our back chairperson, ang ating mga Assistant District Engineer, Chito SM Paz.
Good morning po ulit. So the very purpose of this pre-bid conference is to discuss, clarify, and explain the eligibility requirements as well as the technical and financial components of the project to be bid. So as we go along, all the prospective bidders may ask questions during or after this pre-bid conference. So without further ado, let's start. Thank you.
Thank you po, Assistant DE. So, start na po natin ang presentation of the 3 projects. Ma'am Mayo Gayeta.
Good morning po ulit. First project, 002, Protect Lives and Properties Against Major Floods, Management Program, Construction Maintenance of Flood Mitigation Structures and Drainage Systems, Construction of Iyam River Flood Control, Package 32, Lucena City, Quezon. Contract ID number 24DJ0110. Scope of works, construction of flood mitigation structure. Net length, 162.2 linear meters. Approved budget for the contract, 96,500,000 pesos. Source of funds, GAA 2024. Contract duration, 330 calendar days. Size range, medium A, license category B. Cost of bidding documents, 50,000 pesos. Contract profile for 24DJ0110. Major categories of work are FCSPS, dimension 162.2 linear meters. Cost estimate for major category, 96,500,000 pesos. Similar major categories of work are CSPS, FHR, PHC, FHD. Next project, 002, Protect Lives and Properties Against Major Floods, Flood Management Program, Construction Maintenance of Flood Mitigation Structures and Drainage Systems, Construction of Iyam River Flood Control, Package 30, Lucena City, Quezon. Contract ID number 24DJ0111. Scope of works, construction of flood mitigation structure. Net length, 163 linear meters. ABC, 96,500,000 pesos. Source of fund, GA 2024. Contract duration, 330 calendar days. Size range, medium A. License category B. Cost of bidding documents, 50,000 pesos. Contract profile for 24DJ0111. Major categories of work, FCSPS. Dimension 163 linear meters. Cost estimate for the major category, 96,500,000 pesos. Similar major categories of work, RCSPS, FHR, PHC, FHD. Last project, 002, Protect Lives and Properties Against Major Floods, Flood Management Program, Construction Maintenance of Flood Mitigation Structures and Drainage Systems, Construction of Iyam River Flood Control, Package 31, Lucena City, Quezon. Contract ID number 24DJ0112. Scope of works, construction of flood mitigation structure. Net length, 163 linear meters. ABC, 96,500,000 pesos. Source of fund, GAA 2024. Contract duration, 330 calendar days. Size range, medium A. License category B. Cost of bidding documents, 50,000 pesos. Contract profile for 24DJ0112. Major categories of work, FCSPS. Dimension, 163 linear meters. Cost estimate for the major categories of work, 96,500,000 pesos. Similar major categories of work, RCSPS, FHR, PHC, FHD. Opening date, April 2, 2024 at 9 a.m. Programmer, please, pwede na po mag-start.
Good morning po. Start na po tayo. First project po is contract ID 24DJ0110 or 002, Protect Lives and Properties Against Major Floods, Flood Management Program, Construction Maintenance of Flood Mitigation Structures and Drainage Systems, Construction of Iyam River Flood Control, Package 32, Lucena City, Quezon. Plans of the proposed project. This is a title page. The net length of the project is 162.20 linear meter. This page shows the index of drawings. This page shows the location map, the vicinity map, and the layout plan of the project. This page shows the general construction notes. This page shows the summary of quantities. This page shows a detail section for a retaining wall. This page shows a typical cross-section, the stone masonry typical cross-section, the parapet blocks and large section, and the details of weep holes and weep hole partial elevation. The scope of works. For the scope of works, we have under Part A, facilities for the engineer. We have construction of field office for the engineer, provision of furnitures, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer, provision of field office staff for the assistance to the engineer, and provision of progress photographs. Under Part B, other general requirements, we have project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health program, mobilization, demobilization, detour access roads. Under Division 1, General, Part C, Earthworks, we have boulder fill. Under Reinforced Concrete, we have Reinforcing Steel Bar, Grade 40, deformed, and Reinforcing Steel Bar, Grade 60, deformed, and Structural Concrete, 4,000 PSI, Class A, for 28 days. Under Division 4, Flood Control, Drainage, and Water Supply, Part L, Flood and River Control and Drainage, Earthworks, we have Clearing and Grabbing, Unsuitable Excavation, Structural Excavation for Common Soil, Gravel Fill, Shoring, Cribbing, and Drain Excavation, Cribbing, Coffer Damming, and Embankment from Borrow. We also have, for bank and slope protection, we have stone masonry, structural steel sheet piles furnished, and structural steel sheet piles driven. Under drainage work, we have pipe culverts, 910 millimeter diameter, Class 2 RCPC. Under sub-base and base course, we have aggregate sub-base course, and under surface courses, we have Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced 0.20 meter thick for 14 days. Under miscellaneous structures, we have trees, furnishing, and transplanting. The minimum equipment requirements. For the minimum equipment requirements, we need one backhoe, two dump truck, one plate compactor, one cutting outfit, one water pump, 100 millimeter suction diameter, 267 LPM, 16 horsepower, one water truck, one low bed trailer, one vibratory roller, one bar cutter single phase, 25 millimeter, one motorized road grader, one bar bender, one welding machine, one cargo truck, one concrete sub, one generator set, one vibro hammer hydraulic operated, one truck mount and crane 45 metric tons capacity, one service crane 25 metric tons capacity, one concrete vibrator, one concrete screeder 5.5 horsepower, one payloader, and one crawler crane. For the manpower requirements, we need one project manager, one project engineer, one accredited materials engineer, one, a construction foreman, a first aider, and a safety officer. The approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos, and the contract duration is 330 calendar days. Thank you.
Thank you po. Engineer Dan, any questions po? Wala pong question. Proceed po tayo sa next project. Thank you.
Next project po is contract ID 24DJ0111 or 002, Protect Lives and Properties Against Major Floods, Flood Management Program, Construction, Maintenance of Flood Mitigation Structures and Drainage Systems, Construction of Iyam River Flood Control, Package 30, Lucena City, Quezon. Plans of the proposed project. This page shows the title page of the project. The net length of the project is 163 linear meter. This page shows the index of drawings. This shows the location map, the vicinity map, and the layout plan of the project. This page shows the general construction notes. This is the summary of quantities. This page shows a typical cross-section, the parapet blocks and large section, stone masonry typical cross-section, and also the details of weep holes and the weep holes partial elevation. This page shows the detail section for retaining wall, scope of works. For scope of works, Part A, or the facilities for the engineer, we have construction of field office for the engineer, provision of furnitures, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer, provision of field office staff for the assistants to the engineer, and provision of progress photographs. For other general requirements, we have project billboard signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization, demobilization, and detour access roads. Under Division 1 General Part C Earthworks, we have boulder fill. Under reinforced concrete, we have reinforcing steel bar grade 40 deformed, reinforcing steel bar grade 60 deformed, and structural concrete for 1000 psi Class A for 28 days. Under flood control, drainage and water supply, flood and river control drainage earthworks, we have clearing and graving, unsuitable excavation, structure excavation for common soil, gravel fill, shoring, cribbing, and drain excavation for cribbing, coffer damming, and embankment from borrow. For bank and slope protection works, we have stone masonry, structural steel sheet piles for furnish, and structural steel sheet piles driven. Under drainage works, we have pipe culverts, 910 millimeter diameter, Class 2 RCPC. Under sub-base and base course, we have aggregate sub-base course. Under surface courses, we have Portland cement concrete pavement, unreinforced, 0.23 meter thick, 14 days. And for miscellaneous structures, we have trees, furnishing, and transplanting. The minimum equipment requirements. For this project, 24DGs 111, we need one backhoe, two dump truck, one plate compactor, one cutting outfit, one water pump 100 millimeter suction diameter, one water truck, one low bed trailer, one vibratory roller, one bar cutter single phase 25 millimeter, one motorized road grader, one bar bender, one welding machine, one cargo truck, one concrete saw, one generator set, one vibro hammer, one truck-mounted crane 45 metric tons capacity, one service crane 25 metric tons capacity, one concrete vibrator, one concrete spreader at 5.5 horsepower, one payloader, and one crawler crane. For the manpower requirements, we need a project manager, one project engineer, an accredited materials engineer 1, a construction foreman, one first aider, and one safety officer. The approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos, and the contract duration is 330 calendar days. Thank you.
Thank you po ulit, Engineer Dan. Any questions po? No question. No. So, proceed po tayo sa next project. Thank you po.
Next project po is Contract ID 24DJ0112 or 002 Protect Lives and Properties Against Major Floods Flood Management Program. Construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structures and drainage systems. Construction of Iyam River Flood Control, Package 31, Lucena City, Quezon. Plans of the proposed project. This page shows the title page. The net length of the project is 163 linear meter. This page shows the index of drawings. This page shows the vicinity map, the location map, and the layout plan. This page shows the general construction notes, the summary of quantities, this page shows the detail section of retaining wall. This page shows a typical cross-section for stone masonry, typical cross-section, parapet blocks, and large section, the weep holes partial elevation, and the details of weep holes. For the scope of works, under Part A, Facilities for the Engineer, we have construction of field office for the engineer, provision of furnished fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer, provision of field office staff for the assistants to the engineer, and provision of progress photographs. For other general requirements, we have project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization, demobilization, detour access roads. For earthworks, we have boulder fill. For reinforced concrete, we have reinforcing steel bar, grade 40, deformed, reinforcing steel bar, grade 60, deformed, structural concrete, 4,000 psi, class A, 28 days. Under earthworks, we have clearing and grubbing, unsuitable excavation, structure excavation for common soil, and gravel fill. We also have shoring, cribbing, and drain excavation, cribbing, coffer damming, and embankment from borrow. Under bank and slope protection works, we have stone masonry, structural steel sheet piles, furnished, structural steel sheet piles, driven. Under drainage works, we have pipe culverts, 910 millimeter diameter, class 2, RCPC. Under subbase and base course, we have aggregate subbase course. Under surface courses, we have Portland cement concrete pavement, unreinforced, 0.23 millimeter thick, 14 days. And under miscellaneous structures, we have trees, furnishing, and transplanting. The minimum equipment requirements. For this project, the minimum equipment requirements is 1 backhoe, 2 dump truck, 1 plate compactor, 1 cutting outfit, 1 water pump, 100 millimeter suction diameter, 267 LPM, 16 horsepower, 1 water truck, 1 low bed trailer, 1 vibratory roller, 1 bar cutter single phase, 1 motorized road grader, 1 bar bender, 1 welding machine, 1 cargo truck, 1 concrete saw, 1 generator set, 1 vibro hammer, hydraulic operated, 1 truck-mounted crane, 45 metric tons capacity, 1 service crane, 25 metric tons capacity, 1 concrete vibrator, 1 concrete screeder at 5.5 horsepower, 1 payloader, and 1 crawler crane. For the manpower requirements, this project needs one project manager, a project engineer, an accredited materials engineer 1, a construction foreman, one first aider, and one safety officer. The approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos, and the contract duration is 330 calendar days. Thank you.
Thank you po. Any questions po? Wala pong question. Proceed po tayo sa submission of bids.
Submission of bids. The two envelope system, one original copy of the technical proposal in a sealed envelope and one original copy of financial bid proposal in a sealed envelope, placed in one sealed envelope. Bidding date April 2, 2024. Submission of bidding documents until 9 a.m. only and the opening of bidding documents at 9 o'clock a.m. Bids must be duly received by the Back Secretariat through manual submission and 2 online or electronic submission as per DEO number 87 series of 2020. Advertisement. Electronic bids underscore Quezon 2 at dpwh.gov.ph is the assigned email address of the Quezon 2 DEO where electronic bids shall be submitted and received. It is specified in the invitation to bid and bidding documents of the contract, which allows electronic submission of bids. Upon posting of the invitation to bid and bidding documents in the DPWH PhilJEP's websites and a conspicuous place pursuant to Section 21 of the IRR of RE 9184, the Back Secretariat created a folder in the electronic bid submission and receipt SharePoint site, the eBid portal, for the contract ID allowing electronic submission of bids. The folder name should be consistent with the contract ID scheme provided under DO number 33 series of 2018. Opening of bid for a hybrid system of submission where electronic and manual bids were received for a particular contract. Electronic bids must be opened first before the manual bids. The same applies to the technical and financial archive files in the electronic bids, which shall open prior to the technical and financial envelope in the manual bids. The checklist of technical component envelope, the first envelope. For Class A documents, legal documents, number 1, valid PhilJEP's registration certificate for platinum membership, all pages. Number 2, registration certificate from Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC, from Department of Trade and Industry for DTI for sole proprietorship, or Cooperative Development Authority or CDA for cooperatives or its equivalent documents. Number 3, the mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidders is located, or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zone or areas. Number 4, the tax clearance for EO number 398 series of 2005 was finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. For eligibility documents, number 1, statement of prospective bidders of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Number 2, the statement of bidders' single largest completed contract or SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided under the rules of the IRR. The bidder must have completed SLCC that is similar to the contract to be bid and whose value adjusted to current prices using PSA consumer price indices must be at least 50% of the ABC to be bid. The SLCC shall be supported by an owner's certificate of final acceptance issued by the project owner other than the contractor, or a final rating of at least satisfactory in the CPES. In case of contract in private sector, an equivalent document shall be submitted. Number 3, the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board license or the PICAB license or a special PICAB license in case of joint ventures. Financial documents, NFCC must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid. NFCC is the current asset minus current liabilities minus the value of all outstanding or uncompleted portion of the projects under ongoing. including awarded contracts yet to be started, coinciding with the contract to be bid. Number 2, the audited financial statement, showing among others the prospective bidder's total current assets and liabilities, stamp received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institution for the preceding calendar year, which should not earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. Number 3, the bid security, an original copy of notarized bid securing declaration using prescribed format or any form of bid security in an amount equal to a percentage of the ABC in accordance with the following schedule of IRR section 27.2. A, the cashiers or managers check issued by a universal or commercial bank, 2% of ABC. B, the bank draft or guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank using form DPWH Infra 10 or 11, 2% of ABC. C, the surety bond callable on demand issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security, 5% of ABC. Bids and bid security shall be valid within 120 calendar days from the opening of bids, and it should be specified in the bid security in any form, and please indicate the expiry date. Project requirements, which shall include the following. A, the organizational chart for the contract to be bid from DPWH Infra 12. B, the list of contractors' key personnel, including project manager, project engineer, materials engineer, and foreman, to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification experience data, form DPWH Infra 13. C, the duly signed list of contractors pledged major equipment units which own and or under purchase agreement, supported by a proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project. This equipment must meet minimum major equipment requirements for the contract set in the BDS. Form DPWH Infra 14, and take note that pledged equipment must comply DO number 9 and DO number 58, both series of 2012. D, the original duly signed omnibus sworn statement in accordance with section 25.3 of the IRR, and E, if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in TCP Corporation, partnership or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. For Class B documents, if applicable, duly signed joint venture agreement in accordance with RA number 4566 and its IRR in case the joint venture is already in existence. The checklist of financial component envelope, the second envelope. The financial proposal shall contain the following. A, original duly signed and accomplished financial bid form. 2, original of duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities, form DPWH Infra 16 and 17. Number 3, the duly accomplished detailed estimate form, including summary sheets indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rental used in coming up with the bid. And 4, duly signed cash flow by quarter using form DPWH Infra 18. Duly notarized affidavit of site inspection. The construction safety and health program intended for the specific project only must be attached in the technical documents. The construction safety and health program should also be complete and in accordance with DOLE checklist and DOLE DO number 13 series of 1998. It includes the DOLE application form, construction safety and health officer, the first aider, test the certificate of heavy equipment operator and our critical workers, testing and inspection of heavy equipment if applicable, and other pertinent documents for the approval of the program. Updated CPES rating or latest certification coming from the CPES that no rating was conducted for the past years, intended for the specific project to be bid. Minimum material testing equipment requirements pursuant to DO number 80 series of 1990 and reiterated in DO number 138 series of 2015. Clear copies of TIN ID and latest PRC ID of the project manager, project engineer, and materials engineer assigned to the project to be bid. As per 2006 criteria of eligibility screening, preliminary examination of bids, evaluation of bids, and post-qualification. As per 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184, the latest GPPB issuances, the first envelope shall be opened to determine the compliance with the documents required to be submitted for eligibility and for the technical requirements as prescribed in the IRR. The BAC check the submitted documents of each bidder against the checklist of requirements to ascertain if they are all present using the pass-fail criterion. For every document required that is present, it shall be rated pass. But in case of fail to include any of the requirements resulting to incomplete required document, it shall be considered failed. Otherwise, the BAC shall rate the first envelope pass. Immediately after determining the compliance of the first envelope, the BAC shall open the second envelope or the financial documents using again the pass-fail criterion in determining compliancy based on the checklist requirements. When the bid price exceeds the approved budget for the contract or ABC, it is automatically rated as failed. All bids shall be subject for evaluation, and the lowest calculated bid or the highest rated bid shall undergo post-qualification to determine whether the bidder concerned complies with and is responsive to all the requirements and conditions as specified in the bidding documents. Additional information entering into contract requirements to be complied with the winning bidder. Number 1, the construction method used form DPWH Infra 45. Number 2, the construction schedule in the form of precedence diagram and bar chart with S-curve and cash flow, including the duration of the project or number of days using form DPWH Infra 46. Number 3, the manpower schedule using form DPWH Infra 47. Number 4, the equipment utilization schedule using form DPWH Infra 48. Number 5, the clear photocopies of TIN ID and latest PRC ID of the project manager, project engineer, and materials engineer assigned to the project. Number 6, performance security or the performance security declaration. Number 7, the contractor's all risk insurance. Number 8, for joint venture, JBA pickup special JB license. Number 9, the CHSP initially approved by the Hope and Dolly concurrence. Reminder to bidders who will submit manually and to bidders who submitted their bids online that will submit the original documents. Submit documents with table of contents, paginated and book-bound with ear tags pursuant to DEO number 90 series of 2002. The proposal booklet should be signed and attached in the technical envelope. There should be documentary stamp of bidder's band and all other notarized documents. Materials engineer should be accredited and certificate of accreditation should be updated, intended for the specific project. The estimate and the summary sheet must be in detail. The contractor's authorized representative must present their valid company and any government-issued ID. Reminder to all bidders, please use A4 size bond paper for the technical and financial bid proposal. Use the prescribed infra form which can be found in the bid proposal booklet updated March 31, 2021. DEO 35 series of 2008, the guidelines in the implementation of the three-strike policy and procurement of civil works and consultancy services contracts by the department, and reiterated in DEO number 17 series of 2015, the three-strike policy in the procurement of contracts for infrastructure works, goods, and consulting services. Thank you po.
Thank you po, Ma'am Lai. Doon po sa ating mga prospective bidders, may questions po kaya kayo? Wala pong question. Reminder lang po, yun pong ating three-strike policy na in the procurement of goods, civil works and consultancy ay DO 28 na po, series of 2024. And ito pong ating live, mababalikan niyo po siya sa ating YouTube account. At kung may questions po kayo, During panonood po ninyo ng ating live, pwede po kayong magsadya dito sa ating office or pwede po kayong tumawag sa telephone number na nakalagay po sa ating invitation to bid. Ang ating pong opening date is April 2, 2024 at 9 a.m. Yun lang po and maraming salamat po sa lahat ng umattend.